Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach, and you're tuned in to Madden 19 on EA Sports. Coming up, 14-year veteran Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers take on Mitchell Trubisky and the Chicago Bears. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
First opened way back in 1924, but renovated in 2002. There's a look inside venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Just a short time ago, this crowd loud enough to shake the foundations of this nearly century-old building. They are ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with the Green Bay Packers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. They come in off a loss last time out, but they've been playing better than 500 ball the last couple months. 5 wins in their last 8 games. Meanwhile, for the visiting Packers, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be
It's a rivalry that dates back to 1921. The Packers and Bears are underway from Chicago. This will be taken short. And a big-time mess on the return. He's out of bounds. He won't even get this back to the 5-yard line. So here are the Bears banked up to start their initial drive. Leading them out at QB is the former North Carolina Tar Heel, Mitchell Trubisky.
I love just about everything about him. Love his game, love his makeup. Love his moxie, one of my favorite words. This guy's a competitor. Gritty, tough, you name it, he's got it. But he did throw an interception in last week's game. That contributed to a loss. And despite the fact he threw 3 touchdown passes, he's going to be out there redoubling his efforts and trying to play better.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And let's take a look at the Bears offense.
DeAndre Hopkins was named All-Pro for the first time in 2017. And really don't have to do much but look at the statistics to know why. 4 touchdown grabs in 2016. Jumped that up to 13 in 2017. That led all NFL receivers. Also added in 96 catches and close to 1,400 yards. DeAndre Hopkins' ability to get free in the secondary is a marvel, mainly because of head fakes and body control.
And let's get a look at the Green Bay defense.
A 4th-rounder back in 2012 out of Iowa, Mike Daniels has been about as good a 4th-rounder as you could hope for. A strong defensive tackle, named an alternate selection to the Pro Bowl after the 2017 season. Why? Ability to play the point of attack, and also get upfield and spill plays in the backfield.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And they'll get him down up past the 15. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's got his man in the crossing route. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a game in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
That's where he, their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
He got 29 yards that time.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Our first update now comes from Atlanta, and the early lead there belonging to the Cardinals. Still a lot of football left in that affair, but we will for sure keep an eye on it. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. This is the running back, Powell. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
On 2nd down, Trubisky. And Miller with it over the middle. And he gets it down to the 32. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. From the shotgun is Trubisky. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
Pass interference, defense.
So instead of 4th down, 1st down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on because 3rd down is key for offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the field and start a new set of downs.
Now it's Trubisky. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Dumps off to Powell. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Now Cody Parkey out to try the field goal. And Parkey's kick is good. And it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. So that drive began at their own 3. They wind up getting 3 out of it.
And to me, the mentality to begin the drive, that was probably the key to everything. Let's just make sure we take care of the football, give ourselves some room, and maybe punt it away. Instead, it started at the 3, and it ended with 3 points.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by their highly decorated quarterback, Aaron Rodgers.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe he leans on a few other parts of the offense and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he will lose lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On second down, here's Rodgers. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Geronimo Allison, the target there. And that takes us from second to third down. And now the offensive starters for the Packers.
Out wide is Davante Adams, named an alternate to his first Pro Bowl in 2017. And how about this for a surprise? 22 receiving touchdowns over the last 2 seasons. That's the most of anyone in the NFL. That's right, anyone. Davante Adams taking advantage of opportunities.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. And Adams has it complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A big gain of 31 on third down.
Really? Really? Did we just see that? That's a big catch. One-handed, I might add, to pick up a first down.
I was going to say, on third down for the defense, it's one thing to give up a reception. You just got to shake your head on a one-handed catch to pick up the first. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now the first carry for Ty Montgomery. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Adrian Amos up to make the tackle. Time to run through the starters on the defensive side for Chicago. And they sit at number 20 in the NFL right now against the run.
Stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance. You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
The Bears offense making their way out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the NFC. And it's right about this time of year you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
And I think for most teams, the obvious is to try and be the number 1 or number 2 seed. But when you look at it across the league and throughout the history of trying to get to the Super Bowl, the teams you really fear are the ones that get hot and sometimes sneak in at a 5 or a 6 seed, because we've seen those teams actually get to the Super Bowl and occasionally win it.
Yeah, you think of the Giants a couple of times. Steelers have done it. You're right. It has happened and will happen more in the future, I'm sure. Here's Trubisky to throw. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
Play action. Now Trubisky. Throw left side complete. That's Burton. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 4th down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at the 20.
319! 319!
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Yeah, good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago. They're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, as he can really impact this offense. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. On play action, it's Rodgers. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Tariq Cohen is deep for the Bears. John Ross and the rest of the offense heading back onto the field. You look at the numbers for him, and 1,000 yards obviously well within his sights, barring injury. He will get there. The question, will he get there in this game?
Well, he would love to. Talk about defenses, you know, allocating extra resources to try and stop a guy of his ilk, right? But you know what else kicks in? His pride to say, okay, I don't care how many you throw in my direction, I'm still going to find a way to get open. I will use different moves. I will move against formation. I will come underneath routes and try and run through some people and kind of get natural picks in order to work his way open. He wants to get that 1,000, and he doesn't want any less passes to come to his direction.
Now Trubisky to throw on 2nd. And this is incomplete. Well, that's a perfect example of how he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's game. He is just all around the football right now, isn't he?
That he is, and it's funny because I talked with the coaching staff about drills that they do in practice, and one of them is called matching hands. And as soon as that hand is launched by the quarterback, you throw up the opposite hand and match that hand with the QB, and oftentimes you're able to knock it away, as we just saw there.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. He's going to look deep down and that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain of 39 that time.
You know, the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around to make a play on the football.
They run with Powell. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
Really nice pickup on first down. Leaves them with second and short, and you figure, let's go ahead and run it again. But, boy, that outcome leaves you in a difficult third down, doesn't it?
Didn't stand a chance from the start. You could tell they were going in the wrong direction. Out of the gun, Trubisky finds his target. It's Gates. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down. Powell. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Tackle there by Clay Matthews.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
So 1 quarter in the books on a cold December afternoon. 3-0 is our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd and 9 to start things out. And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out.
False start, offense.
That's going to set them back 5 yards. And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Gallman will run it. They'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on 3rd down.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
Throwing here, Trubisky. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
I know that halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. And Parkey's kick is good. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Parkey now following the made field goal to kick this one off. On the return, here's Marcus Murphy. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
It is hard in zone coverage to stop a curl route because when they see it, they just try and find the open spot and sit down.
Yeah, we always talk about finding the soft spot in the zone. What's the key to doing that? How do you do it?
You have to read what the coverage is. Is it 2 deep? Is it 3 deep? Because then you know where the linebackers are going to drop, what spots on the field they naturally get to, and you find that open space, and then you're in sync with your quarterback. He should be reading the exact same thing, and they put the ball right on you.
319! 319!
On second down, it's Jones. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. The Packers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
319!
Working from the gun. Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Rodgers now on first down. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he's brought down. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Rodgers to throw on second down. That is caught at the 7. Touchdown, Packers. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his second touchdown on the season. And the Packers have drawn even here with the extra point to come.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. On is Mason Crosby for the point after. Crosby connects on the extra point, and they take the lead here at 7-6. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it ends with a Packers touchdown. Crosby on now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. John Ross and the rest of the offense heading back onto the field. He's been good so far to this point in the second quarter. Need to get him even more involved, maybe?
I would agree with that. Definitely. Yeah, it's not even a question for me. The way he's playing, he's doing a nice job. Increase things. More touches, more opportunities. Maybe that can reverse things on the scoreboard for them.
They'll try to ratchet things up then maybe here in the second quarter. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Now Trubisky on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Burton. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Here's Powell. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Here's Trubisky. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23. Now Trubisky to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Burton. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. I know when you got a top tight end like this, you want to get him involved, but when you do, you're hoping for more than that.
You certainly are. You got to try and get him some space where he can make a play downfield, or at least an opportunity for some rack yardage, right? That run after catch.
It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with third down coming up. Now Trubisky. Gates with a grab. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. They'll get just a couple, but the sticks move again.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
Now it's Trubisky. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The 15 yards there on the catch and run.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage. Trubisky
will come up here 1st and 10, and he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Trubisky will throw. That's complete right around the 8. And here he'll get it down to the 7. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter. It's a good running back dive play.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. With that,
and that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Antonio Gates with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bears are in for 6.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet, or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it works very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Parkey with the extra point, and that'll make this a 6-point game. Now it's Murphy. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And this offense led by Mitchell Trubisky going to make their way back out there. The returns on the last drive, pretty good. 7 for 7, touchdown pass. Probably take that, right?
I would say so. I mean, when you're cutting them apart that way, feeling so accurate, so confident going downfield, and then able to culminate by putting it in the end zone, oh, yeah. He's feeling real good right now.
Now they'll try to carry that over to this drive. A very tough run, but for a pretty short gain out near the 32. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On the ground, this is Williams. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Micah Kiser was in on the tackle.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning.
319!
Rodgers on third down. It's caught here by Adams. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. It's caught outright by Graham. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. That's caught by Geronimo Allison. Rodgers to Allison, good for a Green Bay first down. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah. Not
an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Rodgers now. Going to throw again. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Rodgers now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Lewis. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A gain of 6 there on first.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. And he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Here's Rodgers looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Montgomery, and he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Rodgers to throw once more. This will be caught at about the 6. And before the 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Rodgers again now. And it's caught. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. They'll try and run it in with Jones. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. And Crosby puts it through, and that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Looking to throw, Trubisky on 1st down. He finds Ross, right side, it's complete. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. On 1st down, Trubisky. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Call it a back, essentially being a receiver downfield.
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. John Ross, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd and short. On 3rd down, 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. Here it's 3rd and 3. Throwing once more, it's Trubisky. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. So we come upon halftime here at Soldier Field with the Bears out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay.
Well, that came a little abruptly here. Still working on my apple up in the booth. Hang on here. Let me spit this out. And we can get to the third quarter now. Now it's Murphy. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Open here is Allison. That's complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
The Packers on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Leonard Floyd in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
Here's J.K. Scott now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense led by Mitch Trubisky heading back out there. He's had one of those games that any quarterback loves, not only being able to complete some passes, but some deep passes.
And it's pretty to watch. I mean, it's an absolute joy to see, but let's face it, we got to give a little bit of credit where it's deserved, right?
Well, the protection's been great, if that's where you're going.
Yeah, protection's been phenomenal, but how about how it's been spotlighted, right? Our producer, Christian McLeod, our director, Kyle Burt, the rest of the crew, what they put together with these images and pictures, if you're an offensive lineman, that's what you're taking with you to contract time.
They're going to have a lot to take to contract time if this continues. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Well, plenty of credit has to go to the guy carrying the ball. He broke the tackle and gained the yardage. But that doesn't necessarily mean that the defender's bad. They're not going to make 100% of the tackles all the time. Even the best in the game will miss one occasionally. The key is not to let it snowball and miss tackle after tackle. On that play, credit to the offense, but that doesn't make the defense bad.
They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. Jake Ryan not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. And he's on the heels of winning the NFC Defensive Player of the Week award. He had a pair of sacks in last week's game, Charles.
So much for adjusting, so much for game planning, right? You know that he had the 2 sacks last week. Why aren't you able to block him? Sometimes the superior athlete just wins.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now they'll run on the draw. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. A 4-yard pickup that gets him going forward, but still 15 yards left on third down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Play action. Now Trubisky. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. for sack number 9 now on the year.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Murphy now to return. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Looking deep for Adams. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Obi Melifonwu. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field.
They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
They go play action here on 1st down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Mike Daniels in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year.
That's his 2nd sack of the game. And the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. They go play action. Trubisky. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jake Ryan. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. 319! They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. And shutting him off. Now open field. Past the 20. Touchdown, Packers. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Packers are able to cash in for 6. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Now Crosby for the point after. Crosby with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Well, I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. Crosby on now to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This will be 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, Trubisky. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 4th down.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. There's a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd run to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 3rd and 1.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him.
And he will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground.
To throw is Rodgers. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
False start, offense.
And that'll set them back 5. Well, that's a tough, costly penalty because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start. Now it's Rodgers. He shakes it off. And this is going to be incomplete.
Yeah, that play was pretty well doomed right from the start. The pressure was really affecting him. Collapsed everything in the pocket. He had to move around, try to get it downfield. Incomplete.
Bilal Powell and his offensive mates retaking the field. And as the numbers show, he really wasn't in the mix at the beginning, but they've got him in rotation now, and it's proved a good move.
And that's what happens when you're a good player. There's a lot more attention drawn to you. and it's obvious that they had him in their game plan on defense, not letting him get off to a good start, but he's found a way so far here in the second half.
Now Trubisky on first down. Right side catch. This is Gates. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Now Trubisky to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Here's Murphy. 12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's looking sharp here so far in the 3rd quarter, Charles.
It appears that the halftime gave him a little bounce. You know, came out, spring in his legs, a little pep in his step, and he's taken off and running really well in the 3rd quarter.
Sometimes we talk about how guys don't want halftime to come, but some guys, they're happy when that break gets there.
You never know which way it's going to go. He's taking advantage of it in this one, though.
And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. Stop shy of the 45. Showed off a nice little move on the play, though.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
The Packers on 3rd down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Back to the ground. This time Montgomery. He only got a yard, but that was enough to do the job.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that 1st down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. The give is to Jones. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, Montgomery. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. It's Packer football here as they've got the lead as well to begin the 4th quarter. The Packers on third down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now Rodgers. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play.
For him.
Here's J.K. Scott now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And some space here. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Let's go.
On 2nd down, here's Trubisky. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Trubisky now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Going deep for Hopkins. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's 2nd down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a 1st down. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the 1st.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
He'll leave it for Cohen, complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Now it's Trubisky. Over the middle, that's caught by Ross. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. And he's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And they do get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Looking to throw again, Trubisky. Oh, it's incomplete. That would have been big in the end zone if he could have held on. Instead, it's 2nd down.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. They'll run for it with Tariq Cohen. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Now it's Trubisky. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Trey Burton, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bears have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter.
Trey Burton was a guy that flashed during his years with the Eagles, but he's always stuck as the 3rd option behind Zach Ertz and Brent Selleck. Now, with the Chicago Bears, definitely going to get his shot. Versatile player delivered right there with a touchdown catch.
Parkey adds the extra point, and that gives them a 3-point lead. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. Don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
And Graham's got it over the middle. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Graham. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
so much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And the challenge pays dividends. The ref overturns the play.
Everyone gets a bonus on this one, Brandon. The coach upstairs who says
it's into enemy territory. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it's a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends. As their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. 319! They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd. I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted. And if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Rodgers. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And tapping those toes, he tried to get both inbounds. He could not do it, though.
In tap dance parlance, could not complete the shot.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Leonard Floyd in there to get him, and that is sack number 15 for him on the year.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash, this from 53. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. And here comes a big tight end as he gets set for this next drive. And we see here the productivity certainly has decreased from the start of the game, but sometimes people forget these tight ends, they can do more than just catch the football.
That is so true, because now when things start to happen and you're not getting the ball as much, maybe you change your focus on the game. Maybe you become a very good decoy. Maybe you block a little bit more. But sometimes you have such a great first half, you expect it to continue to roll, and it doesn't just happen that easily in the second.
Now, they have been able to shut him down, at least as of late. Now we're going to get a stoppage. There appears to be an injured bear on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Play action. It's Trubisky. Gates with a grab. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Fifth catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25. On second down, Trubisky over the middle. That's caught by Miller. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play in this football game. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Mitchell Trubisky. And the Bears use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Now Trubisky will lead the Bears up to go for 2. They're going to try and run. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the 2-point attempt is turned aside. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Aaron Rodgers, he's getting ready to go again here on offense. With his guys trailing here in the fourth, he can ill afford a repeat of the interception that ended the last drive.
Yeah, you're 2 scores down. You take it upon yourself now to play perfect or near-perfect football if you want to get your team back into the game. But it's also tough to do when you're trying to avoid errors, yet still play perfect football.
Complete. This is Lewis. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Rodgers to throw on second down. The left side throw complete to Adams. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment, defense.
So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football.
Still first down.
Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And complete to Lewis over the middle. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. First down now, but that clock rolling. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time and another first down. To throw, it's Rodgers. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Adams. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down. And again, it's Rodgers. Over the middle, complete. That's Lewis. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. First down now, but the clock continues to move. On first down, Rodgers. Caught, right side, it's Lewis. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw is Rodgers. Throwing again. It's caught outright by Graham. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. And incomplete. A disappointing drop there defensively by the rookie. And now fourth down.
I think someone's going to get in the QB1's ear when he gets to the sideline. Already thrown an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That'd be the second person in his ear because he's hearing it in the huddle right now.
Not the start to the game he wanted. Like you said, the pick on the opening drive, second drive, not much better. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Rodgers got to have this one. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Now whistles here, flag down. I think one of the Packer linemen was moving.
False start, offense.
Well, we're back where we started. It'll be 1st and 10 after the 5-yard penalty. The situation changes a bit now. 1st and goal from back at the 10. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Oh, he nearly picked it. Maybe daylight in front of him if he could have held on. Instead, 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Now Rodgers to throw again. He'll leave it for Montgomery, complete. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
You got to think this is likely 4-down territory anyway, but they'll try to punch it in now on 3rd and goal. Rodgers again now. And this is caught. So it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. That one was an extended drive. 14 plays all told. And the result, a Green Bay score. So with just a few ticks left, they need a miracle. And this is going to be taken in by the Bears, and it appears they're going to win this game. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for Chicago, they're not going to go quietly here as the win moves them now to 8-6 on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, the loss might knock them out of playoff contention.